What's going on, gamers? Welcome back to another Minecraft video. And in today's video, I'm mainly just gonna be yapping. This is gonna be a commentary video, and we're playing some just random high-pixel games in the background. Um, Except it's like live, so we're gonna see what it's like. So we're gonna hop into our first mini game, which is probably gonna just be around Bed Wars, and I'm gonna talk about stuff. Let's go. Okay, so I lied. We're not actually playing Bed Wars. We're gonna be playing Murder Mystery. Just because I kept getting really unlucky. That's honestly kind of crazy. I'm gonna die like right off the bat. I'm not good at detective. So one thing I should mention is we're just gonna be yapping. That's something. We're just gonna be like yapping about things that are happening to me, maybe in real life, probably not in real life, but like just overall yapping. So I guess one of the things I want to talk about was school. School is a big part in most people's lives, so, you know, feel like it'll be a kind of good topic to just yap about. I have a couple school stories. I don't really have anything super interesting. So, we'll see. I sorry, I'm uh-oh, that's a person. Eh! We got it. We got it. Beautiful, beautiful. Anyway, um but I don't have anything super interesting. I have this one story. So it was like, what grade was it? It was like fourth grade, I think, from what I remember, and it was a while ago. Um, all right, well, we just get to go hide and like yap to ourselves. Ain't that fun, gamers? So, oh, that's funny. I lucky block ship. Oh my god. So it was like fourth grade, and there was this like big picnic thing. Um, it was kind of cool. We just basically, I think it was either like lunch or it was like basically not maybe most of the day. I think it was one of those like fun like school days from like young school, like K through like 4, where it's like you just get to go outside, play around, do a bunch of shit. But what happened was I got up away from like my friend group to take my garbage to the like trash can because I ain't littering, and on my way I found a syringe full of a red liquid from what I remember. And what do you think my reaction was as a small child when I found a syringe? I was like, that doesn't look like it should be here. So I picked it up. Uh-oh. I picked it up and I was like, this shouldn't be here. And then I picked it up. First off, I walked over to the trash can after picking up and threw out my garbage because can't be littering. Um, and then I walked over to the teacher. Oh God, this is not great. I'm safe. I'm not safe. Oh boy. I wonder if there's enough people playing prop hunt. And there just straight up isn't. Sad. Oh, it lagging. Oh no, I just missed it. What the fuck? What is this? Oh boy. Alright, so I loaded into a random, like, high pixel house. We're gonna see what this is, about. Oh, change version 1.8.9. Never mind. I'm not meant to be here. It's, okay. Cut back now. Alright, so I've elected to just move to parkour just because I want to do something that doesn't take, like, a shit ton of skill, but it just as for something for me to do, talk about just stories and shit. This is mainly meant to be a video that you can just, like, shove in the background. But yeah, so what I did was just stupid, where before I took this syringe full of a red liquid over to the teacher, I went and threw out my trash, still carrying it, I believe, if I remember correctly. Again, this was a very long time ago. The details are a little fuzzy. So, I was like, just like, I'm a little, I gotta take this away. Can't have this on, like, school grounds. So I went and threw out my trash, walked over to the teacher and went, "Hey, I don't think this is meant to be here." And um my teacher was just like, "I'm sorry. What?" And then immediately was like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, give that here. You're right. That's not meant to be here." Um and then I don't know what they did with it, but it was quite funny. See, that's that story. It's one of the only real school stories I have, and I'm worried about telling too many other ones because I don't want to, like, reveal too much because someone might remember this, and I'd rather not get doxxed. So, alright, so we are gonna talk about something else. I overall have a lot of complaints about the school system. School system, at least, I live in America, just so you guys know. That's not that bad. America's a kind of big place, right? Yeah, that's fine. I'm American. Freedom. So, um, overall, my experiences with this school system have been mid to trash, really no in between. So, that's that's really funny. I don't think they thought about that. I don't think you're meant to just, like, swim in that. You might be meant to, but I think it's like a thing where you're supposed to, like, jump in the middle and there's a slime block. Might be wrong though. Oh my god. But oh my god. So my main gripes with the school system are I watched this one YouTube video about why grades are a scam. Very good video. I don't think I'll link it, but if you look it up, you'll probably find it. It was a very not a scam, but they, like, I think it actually was like grades are a scam, and it was called, like, grades are a scam and motivation is a myth or something. Very good video. Um, but what it resonated with me because it's like I've always thought grades have been kind of stupid, like because you like most of the time you always just end up focusing more on the grade rather than actually learning. And school's whole thing is, oh, we want you to learn, not, oh, we want you to. Is this makeable? That it is. Okay. But it's like school's always is. Could I just, like, no? Okay. Is this a makeable jump? Ah, I thought. I think that might be, though. Yeah, I got to skip 2 head hitters. No, why didn't it work? Okay. Yeah, let's focus on the parkour for a bit here. Um, but overall, my experience with schools has just been not fun. Most of the time, like, I, it's on, I, if I didn't script this, okay? This is just me trying to yap. I'm sorry. This is terrible. Um, let me like. So my thing is, I'm gonna try to split this up into like segments. Teachers are a segment that I feel like I should talk about. I've never had like very bad teachers except for one that I absolutely despised. And I have every right to because they are just not a good teacher. Or they just weren't for me. They were just not a fun person to be around. Like there was one thing where there was this one story I have about them where they took a paper from me and put it on their desk, and I was like, okay. And this was very early in the morning, so I was like tired and had a very slow reaction time. And then some students came up asking about the paper, and the teacher went, "Oh," and turned to me instantly and went, "What did you do with that paper?" And I was like slow for a second. I was like I didn't say something for a second, and then they were like, they immediately opened my folder and started going through my folder, which personally, I think that is just not good for a teacher to do. You know, it wasn't like she was like rifling through my bag. I think she did open my bag and rip out my folder from my bag, but then just started going through the folder. It's not like she was going through my bag. But I will say, it's not a great idea to go through your students' shit without consent, like, ever. Because, like, there could be some sensitive shit in there. There could be. It's not like there was. There might have been, but from, like, what I remember, there definitely could have been. Especially when you're dealing with, like, I think this is around, like, middle school time. If you're dealing with very depressed middle schoolers, yeah, there could be some sensitive shit that you could accidentally pull out of that folder. You'd never go through it, but after like a second, I realized, oh my god, that's actually like terrible, and I just spoke up and said, you put it on your desk, and she went, oh, and then immediately used my paper as an example for them, which I'm fine with. It's just like, again, you really, really should not be like just rifling through your students' shit like that in IMO. Maybe I'm wrong. I personally think it was a very not maybe inappropriate isn't the right word, but just like it was kind of an invasion of privacy. But yeah, that's probably the worst teacher I've ever had. I've had a lot of very good teachers who I'm obviously not going to call out by name, but they've I had I actually have another school like story, not just like complaining about it. I don't know what to do there. I zoned the fuck out. I see what to do. But like I have this one story of it was like I had this like very nice math teacher who what happened was it was like I'm sorry, I gotta remember the story like in full detail for y'all. I was in this math teacher's math class in the STEAM class they had. So I was trying to do math homework in the STEAM class, and I was failing miserably and was not doing great. So I called over this, like, I still love him. He was such a good math teacher. Um, like, he was such a good math teacher. But I call him over, and I was just like, oh, I'm struggling. Could you help me? And then he was like, he takes a look at my paper and goes, brother, how are you doing calculus? And I was like, what do you mean I'm doing calculus? And then he went on the whiteboard and showed me how I was getting eerily close to doing calculus, and I was like, that's really funny. So what I decided to do, basically in honor of that teacher, was learn how to do calculus. Not like I'm still like very new to it, but it was quite funny. Because it was just like one day, you know what? I accidentally did kind of calculus at one point. I want to do real. I want to learn how to do real calculus. It's like pre-calc calculus. It's not like calculus calculus, but it's like my friends are all like, brother, you just you just learned how to do one of the hardest forms of I'd say one of the hardest forms of math for the bit. What the fuck? That's just not something you're allowed to do. And I went, but I did it. Haha. So, yeah, that's that story. But I'd say out of all of the school subjects, my favorites are probably math and like specific kinds of science. I know, I'm the least weird person you've ever met. But the reason I say that is because I think the reason I like math over something like social studies or English is because social studies, that was not English. Social studies or English tend to be more like hypothetical. They tend to be more like here's a history example. Like, how would you describe the how would you describe the like theme of your book and use like text details and like evidence, and it's like that's really hard, but like math is just like for the most part you can just put it in a calculator. But personally I don't like putting it in a calculator that much. It's just very like it's I guess the word would be repeatable. Like it's very repeatable or like formulaic, obviously. It's like I'm trying to do this like this. I'm trying to do a little swagger out here, but I'm failing miserably. It's a makeable jump. I made it once. I'm just failing to get it every other time. Wait, with this? No, it's not easier. That's a diagonal on it as well. Okay, I give up. I give up on the swag route. Maybe I don't. Yes! Okay, make this. Yeah, we did it. We did it with the swag route. Okay. Um, I'd say my least favorite, my favorite subject's probably math, just because it's very like repeatable and like formulaic, and there's not a lot of like hypothetical, like if this happens, or like can you provide evidence? Because it's like, what do you mean provide evidence? My like doing the math is the evidence in math. It's less like just like figure out this and then provide this evidence. It's like just doing the math is the evidence in and of itself. Personally, why I think math is my favorite, and I just like science because I'm a space geek. I like space. That's pretty much it. I also think just it's a interesting thought to think, oh yeah, there's like just miles of shit we haven't explored on our own planet in the ocean, and it's like, damn, that's kind of freaky to think about. I like thinking about it. It's I don't know. I just like science and math. I'd say my least favorite, at least. Yeah, I'd say my least favorites are probably physical education or PE and English. I hate English for a lot of reasons, but PE is because I am very introverted. And the problem with being an introvert in PE class is if you don't have friends and you don't like sports, you just have a bad time. I happen to not have many friends and also hate sports with a fiery burning passion. So, yeah, I'm not a huge fan of PE class, personally. I guess I'll try to get that, what's it called? I forgot the word for it. I'm too tired. Leave a comment down below on what's your favorite subject or least favorite subject. What the fuck? Is it just a slightly harder Neo? And I did it. I just continued jumping. Aw. I feel you, dog. Oh, is this just like... Okay, no. That was just like 3 slightly harder and harder Neos in a row. Okay, that's a little cringe. Look at the chain of jumps. Oh my god. Is that possible? I don't know if it's close, but it's like, I don't know if that's possible. I'm just gonna use a skip. I don't feel like spending too long on this. Fentonio. I was crouching. I tried hitting my shift. I don't think I pressed it far enough. But PE is just not fun if you don't have friends enough. I'm gonna have to edit so much of this like downtime of me just not talking out. Oh my god. Um but yeah, like PE is just not fun for me because I don't have any like I've gotten so unlucky with so many my PE classes where I just roll terribly on the friends you have in that class dice roll, and it's always a 0, and I don't... Why? I don't like this class, and then you're like, also, we're not going to put you in with any of the people you actually enjoy being around. It's like, why? I don't get it. Do you think that's how you make me enjoy the class, is you don't have, like, any of my friends there? That's just not a good idea, fam. That's just not gonna work. But yeah, I am not a fan of PE, and I personally am not a huge fan of English. Now, that does not mean I like reading books. I like books. My thing with books, though, is I like books when I am not forced against my will to read them. Like, it's like, I believe it's hate association. It's like, if you're forcing me to read a book against my will, obviously I'm gonna like it less. If I don't want to read a book, I'm obviously not going to like it. I don't know if those are meant to be there. I'm gonna assume they are. But yeah, I'm really... Oh, I'm stupid. Okay, I might have to hit the... Dude, oh my god. I got it. Hey, there we go. But yeah, English just does that a lot, where they force you to read a book that, like, no one in their right mind would genuinely be interested in. And I think, personally, there should be a system in place where, like, you're able to pick any book you want to read. Literally anyone, as long as it's, like, at your grade level. And then what you're able to do is your teacher gets has like an online library of a bunch of books. And if it's not there, they just Google like info about it, and then you answer questions based on your book. Not on some book that you don't want to read, but on like a book that you chose yourself. I think that would be better, personally. Than just like, yeah, read Moby Dick. Or like, I don't know, Romeo and Juliet. Because genuinely, like, if you're not like a nerd, and I'm not saying there's like nothing wrong with being a nerd. I'm a nerd. I'm literally recording myself play the block game, yapping about why I don't like school. I'm a nerd. But I genuinely don't think really most of the books even a decent chunk of nerds would find like interesting. You might like if you like Romeo and Juliet or like Moby Dick, that's not like a thing. I'm not saying like you're wrong or anything. Everyone has their opinions. I just don't think for most people, I don't think it's going to be for them. Anyway, I think that's where I'm going to call it. Thanks for if you like were listening to me yap. Thanks for listening to me yap. Um I would if you just put this like video on in the background while you like did something, that's kind of the point. I'm probably gonna do a few more of these just because they're kind of like not easy to record, but they're easier to record. So have a good day, gamers. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe if you're liking the content you're seeing. Also, Oh, wait, one last thing before I do the outro. Can we just talk about how much the Geometry Dash videos blew up? I don't know why that got, like, the first one, like, the unfinished level layout showcase got, like, 400 views, and the newest one is at, like, 100, like, around now, so kind of wild. Anyway, I'd like to thank you guys for watching, and I hope you have a good day. Bye-bye.